So, really quick little disclaimer because you get it. I get it every time. The have you seen yourself? Have you looked in the mirror? When it comes to like talking about looks for jobs and all that. So this is my place of employment currently, Subway. So my beard is the length it should be, and get this part. Now this is the real complicated part. So I have long hair, right? But here's the magical part. This is where the wizard in me comes out. So I go to work, and I have this really cool magic trick. Never heard of this before. Take one of these. Oh my god. Oh my god. And then you pull it through. Oh wow. Real fucking hard. Real hard. I'm abiding by the standards, the dress code. And this is was given to me by the district manager. She is the one who said that my beard can be like this certain length, and that all I have to do is just tie my hair back. So I'm abiding by. I wear the hat. I've got my shirt, my Subway shirt. I'm wearing the black jeans, black or blue jeans. When you're working at a place, you're representing that place. And I've said this before. We had it. I was working at Ingles, and this guy comes in, really young guy, probably like 19, 20, and he comes in. His pants were practically down to the floor, and he comes in with this very entitled attitude, and he's like, "Yo, yeah, hi." If a person comes in and acts like that, or asking about an application, imagine how they would carry themselves in the job. But here we have baristas rebelling against the new dress code at Starbucks. So, what is this new dress code? Well, let's first.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Dress code has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Dress code has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Dress code has got to go. What do we want? A contract. Now. What do we want? A contract. When do we want it? Now. And if we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we, hey, hey.
So, what is this evil dress code that they're trying to enforce? The more defined color palettes include any solid black short and long sleeve shirt, long sleeve neck, crew neck, collared, or button up shirts in any shade of khaki, black, or blue denim bottoms. We're also making a new line of company branded t shirts available to partners who will receive 2 at no cost, including partner network options. So basically, how like this person is dressed already. So what are they fucking complaining about? What are they complaining about? You want to know something? When it comes to uniforms, now, before I start with this, I hate companies just as much as the next guy. Every company I've worked for, I worked at Burger King. I had a freaking vat machine, like the machine to filter the oil. I had a fucking machine spark in my fucking face because corporate didn't want to just replace it and give us a new one. So then instead of, circulating and filtering out the oil, we had to drain the entire vat. What did we drain it into, you may ask? Pickle buckets. You know those big white pickle buckets? Yeah, we had to turn off the vats, wait for the oil to cool down, and then we had to drain all of that oil into those pickle buckets. And because of the way the lids worked for those, they didn't exactly go on properly. So we had to try to pick these heavy pickle buckets up filled with oil and move them to the back without spilling that oil all over the goddamn floor. So I hate corporations just as much as the next guy. So there's no corporate boot like, how's that corporate boot taste? Guess what? When you're an adult, you'll find that you need to do things that you may not like to do. It's the way of the world. Congratulations. Welcome to how the world really is. I don't care what your fucking liberal teachers told you. Life is not fucking easy. Okay? For anyone. Doesn't matter what race, doesn't matter what religion, doesn't matter what gender. Life is not fucking easy. Unless you were born with a fucking silver spoon in your mouth, you're going to have a hard time in life. And sometimes in life, you need to understand that there are times where you may have to do things you don't want to do. In this case, wearing a uniform. But it's nothing compared to what I had to do when I was working as a caterer at SeaWorld. You know, these people were complaining about having to wear a button-up t-shirt or a solid color t-shirt with some blue jeans. You want to know what I had to wear on occasion? More times than I wanted to. I had to wear a fucking tuxedo in 110-degree weather. This was Texas. 110-degree weather. I was wearing a tuxedo. Cummerbund, bow tie, the whole shebang. In 110 degrees. And these people want to complain about wearing a fucking t-shirt and some goddamn khakis? Fuck you, you entitled pricks. When you are at a company, you are representing that company. I guarantee you, if these people were able to come in as they are, this person would come in looking like this. This person would come in looking like that. This person would come in looking like that. And this person would come in looking like that. Now, you have customers coming in, and they see the way you're dressed. And they see that, okay, this is what the company is hiring. Would you trust the company? Like the young man I talked about, the one who said, yo, you're hiring? His pants were practically down to the floor. If he was allowed to come into a place of business and work dressed like that, do you think people would continue providing their service, they're giving that store their money? Or do you think, let's go find someplace else to go? Because it's like, okay, well, we're coming into the store and there's a dude here with his pants down to the floor. Clearly, the people hiring have no standards. I'm not going to do my business here. Again, these people are acting like they have to wear a tuxedo. Like they have to dress like fucking James Bond every day. No. They're asking you to wear khakis, any type of khakis, or blue or black denim jeans with a black shirt, whether it be, a button up or, a button down shirt or just a plain Is it really that complicated? You're going to make a big deal about dress code when the dress code seems all pretty much already lenient as it is and pretty lax? And these people. Come here. I'm gonna tell you something really, really important, and I hope a lot of you who think this way kind of learn real fucking fast. You're easily replaceable. When you're working at a Starbucks or McDonald's or fast food or retail, you are not as irreplaceable as you think. If you said, I'm not coming to work because I don't want to wear the uniform, okay, then don't come to work. We have a million other people who are trying to get this job who will come in and abide by the rules. So that's okay. You know what? In fact, we don't want to worry you. You don't have to worry about coming in tomorrow. In fact, we'll just take you off the schedule for the rest of the week. So you just enjoy doing you. You're not irreplaceable, okay? You're not a brain surgeon. You're not sending people to space. You're not upholding the infrastructure which we need to survive as a society. You're pouring coffee. You're not as irreplaceable as you think. If you could have an elderly person come in and do that job, or a teenager to come in and do that job, you're not as irreplaceable as you think. Welcome to the harsh reality of the world. You're dispensable. They can let you go for any reason at any time. And when you do crap like this, going around and boycotting of, hey, hey, ho, ho, the dress code's got to go. Okay, well, we'll just find someone who will come to work on time and wear the needed dress code. It's not that hard. It's like we have a long list of applicants just from this month. I'm sure there will be someone who we can replace you with. So, any of those people watching who think this way, you're not as irreplaceable as you think. The world is not as easy as you've been told by your liberal fucking teachers and professors, whoever else. And when you work for a company, you represent that company. Tell me, for those people who think dress codes shouldn't be a thing, would you want to do business where you go in and there's some dude sagging to the floor? Dude's fucking, every time he moves, you see his fucking ass crack. His ass is basically hanging out because he's sagging. Would you want to do business there? Does that look like a professional type of setting? There you go. There's your fucking answer why we have dress codes. I'm sure more than most of you logically would say, yeah, you know what? I would not want to go to a place where people's pants are sagging down and, So there you go. You just answered your own question about why we need dress codes. Why do we need? Because it doesn't look very good when you go in and someone's pants are fucking hanging down to the floor. Or you have someone coming in looking like this. Covered in freaking tattoos. It doesn't look professional. And people are not going to want to do business with a company or with a store that makes it look like they have no fucking standards. Again, when I go to work, hair goes back, and this is the length that it should be. I'm abiding by the standards set by the company. It's not that hard. It's not that fucking hard. It's really not. I assure you it's not. I don't like being told what to do. I don't. But the fact is, most of these places now are very accommodating. The fact that I'm able to keep my long hair in a Subway, keep my beard in a Subway, just keep it short, tie my hair back. Years ago, they would have told me, nope, you gotta cut it. Nowadays, I can keep it as long as I tie it back. So most of the time, these companies are very accommodating, and they're not asking you, again, they're not asking you to wear a fucking tuxedo. They're not telling you, hey, you need to look like James Bond when you come in. But you need to look presentable. You need to look professional. But that is even too much for these people. Professionalism and standards and all of that just doesn't exist for them. They just want to be able to do whatever the fuck they want, when they want. They think they're irreplaceable, like, oh, Starbucks would fall apart if it wasn't for us. No. If you were to leave, guarantee you by the end of the day, they'd have someone new hired in your place. You're not as irreplaceable as you think you are. You're not performing some kind of major public service. You're pouring coffee. Elderly people can come in and do it. Teenagers can come in and do it. So if you don't want to do your job and stick to the standard dress code, then don't. Just don't be surprised when you find yourself without a job. The world is not the way that your liberal teachers told you. It is cruel, and it doesn't cater to you. Just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean that's how the world's going to be. Well, I feel like we shouldn't have to wear a specific clothing. Well, You can feel that way all you want. The fact is, the rules aren't going to change. Because with companies, unless you're a fucking electrician or a plumber or something like that, and you can kind of wear whatever you want, if you're in a place of business, whether it be retail or fast food or some kind of major business setting, you're going to need to wear a uniform of some kind. Get over it. It's not that big of a deal. You're not going to die. These people think that they're going to lose their individuality when half the time they all look the same anyway. So much for that whole individuality. You're not gonna lose who you are. You're not gonna be, oh my god, if I don't get to dress this way, I feel like I don't exist. The way I dress validates my gender. Okay, well then I guess you'll be unvalidated for like what, 8 hours, and then you can go home and just validate the fuck out of yourself. Just validate all fucking night long. But what else do you expect from this fucking generation? Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.